Good morning, everyone. It's Kale. Today I'm going to be talking about my new cross stitch projects. I was a cross stitcher a long time ago, and I'm starting up again. I don't know what made me get into it, probably seeing a design on Heaven and Earth Designs, and I was just like, wow, that would look really good cross stitch. So on YouTube, the cross stitchers and I think the embroiderers call their videos floss tube. So this will be my #1 floss tube. It's kind of an intro and a WIP review. So WIP is works in process. So, or progress, whatever you want to call it. I wanted to go over some of the things that I got and that I'm using and kind of show you where I am on my 2 projects. So right now I'm currently working on 2 projects. So my little puppies are sleeping. Hopefully they stay quiet. It's a great gloomy day, so I figured let's go ahead and make a little floss tube video. So first of all, I used to cross stitch a long time ago. I would say like 30 years ago. When my kids were little, I wanted to make some little baby cross stitch projects for them, which I did. They were really pretty. I really enjoyed it. And it became my hobby for, I don't know, a few years, whatever. Then I guess they got bigger and I just kind of got out of it. But it was fun to do while I was pregnant, especially like with my son. So I have my floss in these plastic containers. I have 4 of them. This floss right here is that old. It's 30 years old. Not all of it. Some of it is new. But it does have the kind of paper, flimsy bobbin thing that it's on. And some of them are written in pen, the numbers, some are in pencil. So I've had these for a very long time. I did kind of pass them over to one of my daughters, but I figured maybe she might pick up cross stitch, but I kind of knew in the back of my mind that she wouldn't. So I just asked her to bring them back over here. Ooh. And I bought some new floss for my projects. These are plastic, so they're sturdier. But then I came across floss drops, and I was like, oh, I like that idea better. And so I started to make my own floss drops. Now, as you can tell, so this one here is a new skein of floss that's not wrinkled. And then you can see the one that's been on the bobbin for a long time. It's got that little wrinkly look going on. So I'm going to have to take all of these and put them on these. So I bought some cardstock off of Amazon. I got one that's kind of like a kind of country, shabby chic kind of style. And I bought some hole punches. I got the scallop one. I really like that for the outside. And then I bought some plain colors for the backside and some adhesive to stick the 2 together to make it sturdier. So I pick a color, I pick a design, I stick the 2 together, and then I cut out this shape here, and then I have the 1-inch circular hole punch for that, and then just a regular hole punch for up top. Then I just take a Sharpie, just put down the DMC number. Most of my floss, I would say 98% of the floss that I have is DMC colors. And then I just unwind and wrap it on here. And there we go. And then I bought these 2-inch rings to put them on. And they come in different colors. So it's going to take me a long time to get them all on the floss drops. Here's one that's got a red. And see the back side's pink. It's a different design here in the front. So that's kind of how I'm doing my floss, but I've got to do that with all of these. But it's a slow process, so it is what it is. Now let's see, the other thing I got is some readers. So I'm blind. I mean, the glasses I wear, they're bifocals, so one for seeing far away when I drive and the other up close for when I read. But these stitches are really small. So I got these to kind of help along with that, and they're foster grants. Just got them at, I think it's CVS. Yeah, it's CVS, and I got a little holder quite a while ago. I think this was from Amazon. That was for my other pair, so I just keep them in here. Then I can see what I'm doing. So I've got a pretty pin cushion for all my needles. And then this I forget what it's called for pushing the thread through. It's called something, but I don't know what it's called. And some needles. And then I've got the little thread catcher. It's cute. Put the threads and trash in there. Then I got some floss conditioner. I see the camera's doing autofocus. Try not to move too much. And that's for conditioning the thread. And of course I probably need to do that since this thread right here is so old. And I got myself a pair of scissors. I already have scissors. I have like a lot of scissors, but these were cute. They're pink and kind of shading purple to blue. And then I went ahead and made myself a little scissor fob, a little scissor charm, the moon, a little tassel, my little scissors. And let's see what else I got. So I've got my needle threader. I am not vision savvy enough to thread the needle without using a needle threader, so I got this one's a nice sturdy one. And then I keep everything, all of those things here in this little bag that I crocheted, and I hang it up like wherever I'm working. I've got another threader here, some safety pins, a little clip, and I've got some other floss down in here. I just shove it down in there. So I put everything in there when I'm working on, when I'm not working on my projects. So that's that. So those are my main supplies. I think I bought like a set of 30 needles off of Amazon. Most everything I got was from Amazon, except for a few of the patterns came from Heaven and Earth Designs. I will link that down in the description of the video. So the first project that I started on is called the Dragon Charmer, and it's really, really cute. So I bought this fabric here off of Amazon. It's 18 by 21, and the design will be like 12 by 16 or something like that. And this is 18 count fabric. So you can see I've made some progress going along here along the top. I am doing Royal Rose method. So I went looking online for different methods of cross stitching, and there are different methods that you can use. And I like the Royal Rose. So you just kind of go along the top in these, 10 by 10, 10 by 10. These two, and you just fill this in. You go all the way along the top, and then you come back around and you go again, and you go again, and you just work your way down. Got my little needle minder here. This little magnet for the needles. And I'm parking as much as I possibly can these threads down below. Some of these right now are parked over here because of the way the colors work. So I'm trying to logistically figure out how to do that, and it's been so long since I've cross stitched, and I never used a method like that before. I would just pick a color and just stitch until I was done with that thread. I didn't even know that there were methods of doing cross stitch. So I'm kind of learning on the parking. I'm not sure that I like it. All these little threads hanging around, they kind of get in the way. They can get tangled. But it does help for doing the pattern. And so I'm going to hold this up a little bit closer so you can kind of see the camera focus, how that's looking. So I started in the upper left, and that's like the purple kind of sky, I guess, area. Real pretty. But the colors are really close to each other, so I have to be really careful. I am using Pattern Keeper, which is an app on my tablet, on my Android tablet. I have something similar on my iPad, but I'm not using that. I kind of like Pattern Keeper a little bit better, but I'll go look at the other one. I think it's called Markup RX or something like that, and I'll go take a look at that one again. And I wanted to mark up the correct color of the thread, so I just have to probably go into the settings and figure out how to do that. So this one here is my other main project, and the Dragon Charmer, the art is by Amy Brown. I love Amy Brown's art. I have for a long time. This one here is a Heaven and Earth design. It's by Amy Stewart, and it is called Once Upon a Fairy Tale. And I just recently started this one. I had to order the fabric from Heaven and Earth Designs, and so I had to wait for them to cut it and then serge the edges and so on and so forth. Although I ended up cutting part of it anyway because it was a little big for this pattern. And I will link the patterns below to the Dragon Charmer and Once Upon a Fairy Tale. So you can see I've got all these clips like holding all this extra fabric. I do have a cross stitch frame that I could put this on, but I am not really super coordinated with my left hand. So I know that there's people that they have like maybe like their right hand underneath, they push the needle through and pull it up with the left hand and then push it back in with the left hand, but I don't know if my left hand's that coordinated, and teaching this old dog new tricks might be a little difficult and maybe impossible. So right now I just using the embroidery hoop and just stitching, just pull it through and then go under. And so I have all of the fabric that is to the right kind of bunched up over here, and then I've got the little clips here down the side, and then you can see here's all the fabric. I probably will try and find a grime, I think it's called a grime guard, so this doesn't get dirty, from oils in your hands or whatever, and maybe put it on another hoop like this one. Maybe get another hoop. I do have a what's that thing called? The frame that's Q-snap. The Q-snap frame. It's like a 8 or 11 by 17, so it's really long. So bringing my hand around, it's just kind of awkward. I thought it was going to work, but it seems that I'm so used to working on a hoop like this in a small area where I can bring my hand around like this. Now I know there's that method where you can do like almost more like sewing, and these stitches are so small. In this little square there's 10 stitches, and this is 25 count, so I think it's an inch has 25 stitches. Is that right? Yeah, 20. Yeah, close. Something like that. I'm not sure exactly what the measurements are. So this is the 18, this is the 25. Look at this. Look how small that is. Who can see that? I might be blind by the time I'm done with this project, but it's really pretty. To see if the camera will focus. Again, I started in the upper left of the pattern, and I'm doing the royal rose. I did come down a little bit here because of the amount of thread that I had left on the needle, and I could kind of finish it up without, parking. I was like, yeah, I'll just go ahead and finish. But again, I'm going over this way along the top of the pattern. So these are really, really super small. Let's see if I can get it focused. Like, it's super, super small. It may be a bit more than I can manage. I don't know. I'm not sure. I know that the vision part of it is one of the challenges. And this one here, I'm actually not doing a full cross stitch. I'm doing a half stitch because it's big. It's like 30 inches across by 23. It's pretty big. So it will take a long time. This is like a years long project. Oh, puppy's at my leg. And so, I hope that I can do it. I hope I can continue on with it. This is something that I planned on doing in the evenings, on the weekends, because I can kind of take it with me. It's much more portable of a hobby than diamond painting, unless you're doing a small diamond painting. And my diamond painting projects are not small. I do have one I can do maybe like for the front porch for Christmas, but that only would take me less than a week to get done. So yeah, this is really nice and portable. I can just sit on the couch, pull out the thread, pull out my supplies, and just stitch. Mainly the thing is having good light, being comfortable, and being able to see what I'm doing. And I don't want to mess it up because I can't even imagine what it would be like trying to cut out a mistake from these tiny little stitches, it would probably be a nightmare. So I'm trying to be really, really super careful on what I'm doing with that. So anyhow, so those are my projects that I'm currently working on right now. I'm going to see if I can do a floss tube, the next one, where you can actually see me stitching. It's not going to look pretty like I see some other videos because, just the vision and just figuring out, working pattern keeper and so forth, and figuring it out, and then not having all the colors yet on the floss drops like I really want them to be on here. That would make things a lot easier because you can just pull out one thread so easily and then just thread it and go. Having the floss on these things right here, kind of crammed in here, pulling it off. It's just, pulling it off and separating it, and then it's got the little crinkles in it, so yeah. I don't know. I mean, I'm gonna keep sewing, I'm gonna keep cross stitching while I'm moving these to floss drops, because I know that it's just gonna take so much time to get all of these onto here. So I have 4 of these full, and maybe 15 still not even on these. So yeah, that's a long project for good fall, winter, rainy days where you can't really hang outside, and you might as well just sit in here and just make floss drops for yourself. So anyhow, thanks for watching. Hit the subscribe button. You can get more of my videos, and hit the notification bell. You can come and see what I'm doing, whether I'm gaming on, say, like Animal Crossing or Disney Dreamlight Valley, or I am cross-stitching, or I am diamond painting. I am almost done with my gigantic diamond painting called Magic Potion. That puppy, talking to me very quietly, meaning Mom, pick me up, but she can wait a few minutes. So, have a great weekend. Have a great day. Come back, visit, chit chat, leave a comment. Let me know what you think. Let me know if you're interested in what I'm doing here on my little channel called Celestial Realms. It's kind of a combination of things, but it's, things that I'm interested in, things that I'm passionate about. You'll see some book reviews, you'll see some gaming, you'll see some diamond painting, you'll see some cross-stitching, all that kind of stuff. So thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time. Be kind, make the world a better place, and enjoy.